Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be giving another update on Ideanomics, going with the ticker IDEX. Now make sure to drop a link to this video to help this channel grow, subscribe, and leave notifications on, and let's jump right into this one. If you'd like to watch my previous video, you'll find it in the description below. Now please make sure to subscribe, it really helps my channel. I'm going to give a quick update on Ideanomics and the recent acquisitions here. Now, generally speaking, we've covered quite a ton on this one, and I did even go through the previous presentation that was put on January 2021. I believe that was my last or my second to last video. In terms of events, we don't have anything new for February yet. We do have two new board members added on to in January. I covered that in a previous video, but a big part of this one goes towards the SEC filings and the institutional buyers. So institutional buyers looks to be very bullish. They've been adding more and more shares, and that is amazing thing to see. Now, with the exception of here, Biddle Financial Consulting and IFP Advisors, who decreased some shares, and Creative Planning, who decreased 4% of their shares, things look still bullish in the last 2 weeks. Now, some of the recent SEC filings gives us a little bit of a perspective. For instance, on their basic operations. For instance, on January 28th, 2021, Ideanomics entered a simple agreement for future equity, the SAFE, with Technology Metals Market Limited TM2, pursuant to which Ideanomics invested £1.5 million. TM2 is a London-based commodities issuing trading platform for technology metals connecting institutional investors, proprietary traders, and retail investors with digital metal issuers, miners, refiners, recycles, and mints. Ideanomics received customary representations and warrants from TM2. So if there is an equity financing of above £1 million during the 12 months immediately following the execution of the SAFE, on the initial closing of such equity financing, the SAFE will automatically convert into the number of ordinary shares equal to the purchase amount dividend by the lower price per share. So generally speaking, I did go ahead and check TM2. TM2 does look like a metal trading softwares for basically between institutional buyers, proprietary buyers, and retail investors. They label themselves as a primary issuance and physical secondary market venue for technology metals, connecting institutional investors and proprietary traders and executive brokers with metal issuers, primary producers, and recyclers and mint. Traders have multiple high rewards and high return opportunities during doing business with TM2. So this would really fall under their investments under the Fintech umbrella. Remember, Ideanomics has an EV umbrella and a Fintech umbrella. This one definitely does go towards their Fintech. Now, the next thing here is on January 28th, 2021, Ideanomics entered into a convertible note with Silk EV Cayman LP, pursuant to which Ideanomics invested $15 million. The note will accrue 6% interest and is due payable upon request by Ideanomics on January 28th, 2022. So that is next year. They get 6% on there. Silk EV is a US/Italian automotive engineering and design services company primarily engaged in the design, development, and production services for fully electric premium high luxury and hypercars. Ideanomics received customary representation and warrants from Silk EV. The Silk EV note is subject to customary event in default. In the event of Silk EV issues sales, they're going to get equivalent of shares not less than 40 million euros. Now, I went on to try to find Silk EV's website. It's a little bit basic here, not a lot of information there. You can go ahead and click more. It will get you towards another page there with some of their customers or brands, FAW, Silk EV there. And nothing much over there. There is a press, there's a company, there's a company email, etc. But very basic at this time. And the notes on here, it says Silk EV is an international automotive engineering design company, and FAW, China's largest automotive manufacturer, have formed Silk FAW joint ventures, JV, to develop a series of ultra-luxury, high-performance, and new energy sport vehicles. The JV is the first investment between China and Italy in the super premium and premium auto segments, integrating the best of China's and Italy's capabilities. This bracket would fall under the EV or tech umbrella of Ideanomics. So we have one EV or one automotive and one Fintech. So there you go. We have two split into those two categories. Insider purchases, nothing seems to be here out of interest. Ideanomics, generally speaking, we did cover everything we need to know. In terms of short flow, that's getting a little bit too high, around 20. Above 25, 30, that's where things are becoming a little bit interesting. Price over book based on Fintech is 1766, which is still quite high, but take a look at a chart. So for this, we're going to go towards the technical analysis. If you haven't done so, please make sure to actually subscribe and notifications on. On the 1 week perspective, 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA. That's amazing. The price is above the 50 SMA. Now, on the IDEX point of view, what we're seeing here is that there might be actually a possibility of a pullback here. Now, above 50, that's where things become dangerous. It's been above 50 since this candle here, so we're going to brush it off a little, but you can keep it in the back of your mind. Now, William % R shows it's highly overbought. The MACD has been really strong, and momentum has been incredibly bullish. Now, on the 1 day perspective, things are looking a little bit sloppy on the MACD in that this kind of movement's still up, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA, and the trading action zone is between 432 and 347. That's where positive reversals are likely. Now, historically speaking, every time it touches this green line, it kind of bounces back up. So you can consider the trading action zone to start at the 430-ish mark. Now, 50 SMA is above 200 SMA is really bullish. ADX is again above 50. It's been above 50 since where it reached 343. Just to keep in mind, you might get some pullbacks here and there. William % R shows this one to be somewhere around the overbought area, and the momentum looks strong. Now, on a 2 hour perspective, things are looking a little bit rough in that it's receiving a pullback. Now, 10 SMA is still above the 30 EMA, and the trading action zone is between 511 and 478. Below 478, things start looking a little bit icky. But so far, it's within that trading action zone, and we can expect a bit of accumulation followed by a positive reversal. Now, in the moving average band, what we get to see here is 410 on the top, 373 in the middle, and 336 in the bottom. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow are both looking really bullish in terms of general movement, and it looks like it might have another leg up. Currently speaking, this was the exact same channel I drew previously, and you get to see it's actually above this channel here. So things are looking interesting. It can do one or two things. It can fall back within this channel, or it can create its own new channel coming up. A lot of the times, it creates this vertical kind of channel on a breakout. We'll see what happens. But currently, it's testing that upper channel line. Now, on a Fibonacci retracement, significant support sits at 443, 356, 295, 234, and 159. Significant resistance, the 553 mark. Now, speaking of which, we can go ahead and quickly find the previous resistances on this one. Current resistance only sits at 521 and 547, followed by 568. Significant support, a very strong one, 487, followed by 468, followed by 446. Say this one here is another one, 428. Another one at 389. Another one we're sitting at 365. Another one at 341. And down to 308 and 272. Now we can take a quick look into historical data to try to find where the significant resistances lie beyond this point on. And if we were to go back to, let's say, the maximum chart, we get to see it's at the maximum height they've ever been. So generally speaking, this is an all-time high. And what I want to show you here is this new channel that we can actually go ahead and draw. Attempt to draw here. Right onto here. And we can create this channel to be somewhere off this line. Now, this could be a thing. This is the original channel. We could either increase the channel here, or we can, as I said, draw a vertical channel with the next few days, depending on what happens. Now, if we were to go ahead and take a look into the last let's say 5 days, generally speaking, I'm pulling it a little bit back, there's a very important trend line that we need to keep up in mind. This one here. As long as the price is above this one, things are going to look a little bit better. Currently, that bottom of the trend line is a 463, 460. Just keep in mind, it got to stay above there. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. You have a wonderful day.